it's hard for a coach to utilize the time productively at all. You really can't. It's even harder for the players. And now they're going to have to try to get themselves back in rhythm, and I doubt you will see the game as fast-paced just because the players know that if they push their bodies too hard here, the risk of pulling a muscle is much greater. And so the game is affected, and it's not really anybody's fault. There's nothing the tournament can do about it, but the nature and quality of the remaining 20 minutes of this game is going to be affected in a lot of ways by the lightning strike that just delayed us for half an hour.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. We had seen some absolutely fantastic play previous to the lightning delay. Well, the Elizario Eagles absolutely running a clinic. And then Liberty Hill able to tie it up just before the break. Thought they were going to go into halftime. San Elizario, well, they scored with 37 seconds remaining. Able to put another insurance goal on the board here in 3-1 where we currently stand. And the other issue, we have 2 more matches to come. The boys 6A semifinals, those will be delayed, and so 4 more teams affected. And fingers crossed that will be the last delay of the afternoon. A lot of foul weather in the area, so we will keep an eye on that. Again, we welcome you back to the NFHS Network. Boys state final between San Elizario and Liberty Hill. And San Elizario well, looking to find that spectacular pace of play they had earlier in this one. Their fans back in the stands making some noise for the team clad in white. San Elizario going from left to right. Liberty Hill in the purple trimmed with gold. There have been a few bright spots. Able to find a goal were the Panthers. But now with just 19 or under 19 minutes remaining, a lot of pressure to find 2.
They've connected some good passes here as we've restarted the game, and they were on a very good run of play for about 10 minutes prior to the lightning strike. So it's definitely promising for them. It's good to see that they're not panicking and resorting just to long balls. They're trying to connect passes and build the game up the field. There's still a lot of soccer to be played. 18 minutes is an eternity in this sport. So who knows what could happen, particularly with San Elisario's rhythm possibly disrupted by this delay.
One man whose rhythm has not been disrupted right there, number 10, Marquez Utahara coming in, but ninth first to it. And for a young man who, well, this is his first year as a goalkeeper, previously a baseball center fielder, very impressed with number 30, Caleb Knight, in the green over to the right for Liberty Hill. But the high pressure continues from the Eagles of San Eli, as their fans refer to them. That ball over to the far side, and really just frantic play from Liberty Hill. The pressure so high, so much pressure coming from the Eagles looking to win the ball back in the Liberty Hill side of the pitch. And Liberty Hill, the opportunities have come few and far between.
Well, I do think, though, and who knows what their coach, Darren Bauer, told them as they got ready to resume this play, but I do think that there's a way that you can frame it to try to change the psychology of the players. You're losing by 2 goals. You're going to lose the game unless you accomplish something, so you actually have nothing to lose. If you try and you fail, then the outcome is not changed from what it already was going to be, but the reward is massive if you succeed. And so hopefully he was able to recast this in a positive light and get them to sort of take the pressure off of themselves by virtue of the fact that they are already down.
One thing to note, Lucas Risotto, the starting forward, number 13, not out on the pitch here for after the restart for the Liberty Hill Panthers. He looked very dangerous at times in this one, probably the most dangerous of the Panthers up front, but on the bench is Risotto. Now, well, 4 Panthers set to check in, and it appears that Risotto is with that group on the far side.
It's really hard to know what the rationale might be for the lineup decision and the substitutions, but I wouldn't even be surprised if those players just felt like they needed an additional couple minutes to get their bodies warm again.
And we talked about the just barely 3 minutes after they exited the locker room to get warm, and physically very difficult, psychologically maybe even more so, but not here, coming through there to knock it away. And Marquez just an inch off from finding that one.
Well, as you've mentioned, Kit, the former center fielder, he's a goalkeeper because of his hands, but that was a great play with his feet, and if he had not made it, it's a sure goal because the defense was exposed the distancing was not proper between the two players, and San Elizario was ghosting in on a breakaway off that really well-weighted through pass. But he anticipated it, was aggressive to come out, and cleaned up the danger.
And the changes now coming for the Panthers, and well, the gentleman we mentioned just a few moments ago now coming on, number 13 in purple and gold, Lucas Risotto. Risotto not only leads his team in points and goals, he also plays football and basketball for the Panthers, so through it all is the senior.
It's becoming increasingly rarer in this day and age. It's so hard to play multiple sports at a high level because of the commitment involved in order to play any one of those individual sports at a high level. So it's a super impressive achievement for him, and obviously you have to be extremely athletic. And I think you also have to be extremely mature. You've got to be able to balance your academics at the same time that you've got so much more time out of your day taken from these multiple pursuits.
Well, as you said, you've really got to manage your time well. As there's a Panther down on the 50-yard line. Now motioning for the trainers is Charles Harrington and Sabrina Queen.
I got a camera.
They will have a look at the Liberty Hill player on the pitch, trying to get a number on the young man.
Soccer.
Hopefully it's just pain, maybe the bruise.
They had to choke him. And then they're fine 3 seconds later.
Transpired, but there was contact, and he went down immediately screaming in pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, remind you, you can get a DVD keepsake copy of today's event, and all you have to do is click on the Buy a DVD button on the top right-hand corner of the NFHS website. And good to see Zausch back on his feet, the senior midfielder. And he's able to get off the pitch under his own power, always a good sign.
Well, and that forces an unplanned change on the part of Liberty Hill, and it's so important that you have roster depth because you can never predict when something like this will happen, but it can really affect the game if your strategy is keyed around having certain personnel on the field, and then something like this transpires. You've got to make sure that you've got the depth and that your squad is informed and prepared for filling each other's roles in the event of something like this.
You know, the depth of the bench coming into play here in this one. Tight roping side and able to keep it in. No, just trickling over the blue line. Again, the blue line's the boundary here. And you see the white football field at Bricklebach.
I thought it had gone out too, but apparently he saved it and was fouled, and it looks like a free kick's been given to San Elizario.
What a piece of individual brilliance on the far side from the Eagles. And
if indeed he did keep that in, that is a great piece of skill.
Looking at that time for Marquez, headed away well. Carroll able to knock that one over the end line, and a corner coming for Sanelli. Just under 14 minutes remaining, and once you said unfortunate, we have not found that great pace of play that we had before the lightning delay, and I don't know if we will in the remaining 13 minutes and change. Just too little time for these teams to get back into the rhythm they had previously.
Which makes this set piece that much more important.
Utahara from the far side, ready to send this one into the near post. Not finding his target, Marquez there.
He mishit that volley. It sat up for him pretty well, and his eyes got big, but just didn't quite hit it cleanly.
Here to the near side, Panthers. They need to get the ball on their offensive side of the field. They have not done that since the restart. Unable to keep that one in. The last touch by Sutter. It's a very difficult psychologically this game has been for Liberty Hill. They thought they knotted it up. Well then, just 37 seconds later, the Eagles were able to retake the lead. It was 2-1 after break. And as you said, well, a good run of play there from Liberty Hill previous to the lightning delay. But it's going to be difficult for them to find that, and it may be a case of too little, too late for the team in purple and gold.
Well, for the underclassmen who have another year, this experience is going to serve them so well because it's just hard to imagine what else you could go through over the span of 80 minutes of regulation play. But this is definitely desperate times for them right now because their current season is 12 minutes away from being over unless they can score 2 goals. And they really have not threatened the goal frequently enough from the run of play. It's only been off of set pieces. And if you're going to earn those, you got to get in the attacking half. And right now, San Elizario has them pinned in deep.
Sanelli continuing to press. Panthers send that one down the alley, but no one there to get on the end of it. Sanelli will just go ahead and send that back to Cervantes. A lot of seniors on this Liberty Hill team, including their goalkeeper Knight and the man up front, Mr. Risotto. And you say, well, this may well be the last 11 and a half minutes of a lot of these young men's competitive soccer career. A few of them, well, they will go on to play collegiately. But a lot of them, this may be it, and they're going to have to give everything they have. Dig deep is the team in purple and gold, and a free kick here to the near side.
Well, this is in a spot where it's basically a corner kick, but from a slightly improved angle, so a terrific chance.
Risotto set to take it, sending that one into the far post. It's beautiful service, but not a Panther able to put a head to it.
Well, two guys were there, and it almost looked like they might have even bumped each other in midair to knock each other off the ball. There was a San Antonio defender in the area as well, attempting to break up that play. But I'm sure that the coach sat the field for San Antonio was breathing a sigh of relief. That was a golden chance for the Panthers.
Yeah, Cervantes even caught off his line that time in no man's land, but Panthers unable to take advantage. You don't know if there are going to be many opportunities that good as this game progresses now in the final minutes. Marquez on the far side plays it into space. Utahara streaking down the middle. Play to Utahara. Somehow, Marcos Utahara found his way back on that one.
Yeah, can't score 2 goals in 10 minutes.
Throw here to the near side.
That was Bryson Carroll, the senior defender. You talked about all the seniors on the field for Liberty Hill. Like, what a play. It's just such a difficult cross to react to defensively. You have to protect the goal, so you have to drop it deeper. And then he cuts that ball back into the uncovered space. And Bryson Carroll reacted to it and got a foot on it. We very well could have seen a one-touch shot leading to a goal if he hadn't broken that cross up, and then he blocks the subsequent shot as well.
Well done, and that off the boot that time of Rangel. Alfredo last to touch it. But it almost seems as if the Panthers of Liberty Hill are resigned to the fact that they are going to go down trailing 3-1 and inside 10 minutes remaining. Not seeing the fight we saw from them to start the second half. I'm not saying things aren't easy, especially after the break, both physically and psychologically.
Yeah, I really think they are putting the effort in, but they have to get the ball forward. And if they score the second goal, then it is on. But while the score remains 3-1, this is just an uphill climb for them. And this man on the ball right now is the one who needs to see more of it, but he's got to make better decisions with it than that.
Yeah, poor ball up the middle from Panthers. He was looking for Risotto with the route one. But Cervantes first to it, and he had some options here to the near side, electing to go over the top. And still time, you don't have to start sending the ball over the top, throwing everything at the goal.
He wasn't really even obligated to release the ball. He had about 20 yards of space in front of him, and he could have run with the ball and tried to commit the defense, and then that maybe would have opened up a passing lane and made his choice a little bit more clear. Just think it was hasty from him.
Now another change coming for the Panthers. Slade Cummings coming off. Number 9 getting the break, and I believe that'll be number 21, Felix Rush, coming on in his place. Panthers stringing together a few passes here to the near side. Don't have the luxury of time, does Liberty Hill. That doesn't mean that they can't keep possession, they give it away. Put that one on Frank. A great opportunity, and it'll be a corner on the far side for the Eagles.
Such a great decision to shoot that far post, because it could go in or it could become a cross in effect, which is what happened there off of the deflection. The run that was made at the far post was a very selfless run. There's no way that he can get the ball across to you directly, but making that run anyway forces the defense to respect that. It opens up the shot even more, and the rebound nearly fell to it.
And swinger coming from Utahara to the point. Getting lucky that was cleared away by a defender.
He collided with his own player, which is why there was not a foul on the play, even though they both got knocked down.
Ayúdenlo.
Utahara with it, the shot. The Mexican legend now playing for the Well, that will almost assuredly do it. A 4-1 scoreline with 6:45 remaining in the boys for a state final.
But anything is possible in this sport, but that probably is the final nail in the coffin. And if so, it just couldn't have been better taken. What a textbook strike. So much power on it. It was by night before he even had a chance to react. Hits the far side netting. Just a great play by a forward who has just overflowing confidence at the moment.
And the guys up front, Marquez and Utahara, they are absolutely fantastic. They play so well together, does the pair up top for head coach Max Sappenfield. And the good news for Sinelli fans, well, they're both just juniors, so they will be back next year. Utahara looking for more. Here to the near side and leaving it off for a teammate. Utahara playing unselfishly. Looking to swing it back. And a nice save. Utahara looking for his second in as many minutes.
That's a great ball there by the Liberty Hill right back, and it needed to be laid off by the forward instead of trying to turn and play forward again.
Searching down the far side, unable to find Kipfer there. Now the Sinelli fans just watching the clock. Precious seconds continuing to tick off before they can celebrate their first ever 4A boys state championship here in UIL soccer.
And I imagine you will see very exuberant celebrations when the final whistle blows, and they deserve it. They have played an outstanding game. They played an outstanding tournament. Their performance in the semifinal and then tonight in the final, they are deserving champions if indeed they hold on to this 3-goal lead.
That's Elizario 5-1 winners over the Raging Red, the Kilgore Bulldogs in their semifinal match. Well, the closest game they've had in the entire playoffs, that was the last game in the regional final before coming here to state. The 3-1 victory over the previously undefeated Dallas Life Oak Cliff. They started out 6-1 over Brownwood, 3-0 over Stephenville, 3-0 over Gainesville. And they have put on a display this evening.
Well, credit to the players. They have performed admirably both in defense and in attack. Credit to the coach who has prepared the team extremely well and gotten them to play with tremendous heart and hustle and unity. And it's just been extremely dynamic and enjoyable to watch.
It has been a great match for a neutral like you and I. Just pleased to have the opportunity to broadcast this here on the NFHS network. Still bouncing around the box. Still there, Perez with it.
No!
Cervantes with a huge mistake, and now just a 2-goal game. 3 minutes and 48 seconds to play, and ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. This one is not over yet.
I think that San Elizario may not have played as many games on a turf surface as Liberty Hill has. I don't know for certain what the surface was on every stadium of every one of these matches that they've played this year, but that funny bounce really threw both the center back first, who failed to clear it, and then the goalkeeper. And Perez, who we've been saying all along has got to have more of an impact and more of a presence in this game, finally makes his presence known. Will it be too little too late, or will this spark a comeback for the Panthers?
There's been a bit of porous defending through this match, but that has been overshadowed by the great offense, making up for the poor defending at times for the Eagles. But with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, Sinelli looking to get back to a 3-goal lead.
They responded with a goal immediately after the last goal that they conceded, and they are on the offensive again here.
37 seconds after the goal they conceded at the end of the first half, they were able to find one back. And you can see this team, they are so well coached, so well trained. Anytime they concede, you can see them playing harder, faster, looking to get that goal back. Here with Marquez. Marquez looking across. Well read and picked off. Looking up top for Risotto. Heading it on to himself in space. Lucas Risotto on the far side. Playing that one over the top. Looking for Kipper. Cervantes is first to it.
Get over there. Get over there.
Cervantes sends that one up. Poorly placed. Perez able to get on the end of it.
Oh, and that's great hustle there. Liberty Hills want to throw in, and they've got a long throw. This is going to come into the box. It's going to be a scoring chance.
Risotto, the football, basketball, and soccer player, takes this one into the top of the box. Headed away, Cervantes.
Yes.
Finds it safely in his gloves.
Well, there are 2 minutes left in this one, and we had 2 goals in the final 2 minutes of the first half, so it's not far-fetched. Anything could still happen here, despite the fact that San Elizario just a few minutes ago looked to be very comfortably in control of a match that now has Liberty Hill thinking that maybe they have a chance to nip a goal and equalize. Still a stretch, but it is possible.
Sonelli taking every precious second off the clock they can. 90 seconds remain. Sonelli very close to getting a caution here for time wasting. Now playing this one over the top, looking for Utahara. Utahara there, plays across the face of goal, not a teammate on the end of it. And the Eagle fans can feel it. 70 seconds remain before their first ever 4A Boys State Soccer Championship title. Playing into the side. But actually well done as time continues to tick off the clock, and Knight will have to take the goal kick.
Yeah, pretty much anything that keeps the ball in this half of the field is going to be acceptable for San Elizario.
And that one pressed over the top corner coming. So Sonelli with a 2-goal lead inside of a minute remaining, but still looking for more. And now the hands of head coach Max Sabenfield are raised in the air. And the Sonelli fans can taste it just 30 seconds away.
I am astonished that they are not taking this short. Surely somebody will run over to the corner. But no, they decide to serve it into the middle. It would have been an Olympic goal if not for being cleared off the line. Unbelievable. You gotta love this team. Just kill that game off, but that they would try to score with that last corner kick play there.
Perfectly representative of the Eagles. 4 seconds left and still looking for more. Now it hits 0. This side UIL Boys State Soccer Champions. Very well deserved. And their head coach, I think it's a well deserved back from the water bottle as well. Watching the 2015 UIL State Soccer Championships here at NFHS. Hit McConico along with Edward Carty. And what a match. We had a 30-minute lightning delay. But Sonelli, very just
Choco, you're in the car.
State champs.
Congratulations to Liberty Hill on advancing to this point, and you could see the talent that their players have.
Stop. Go get in the car now. Put your shoes on. You have 30 seconds to be in the car.
Performances were too much to overcome, and it really was a joy to watch them play, and you could tell that they were enjoying playing, that they were having fun on the stage, and it wasn't something that was getting to them and